And we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
So it is our final day. It's crazy how fast the month of December is gone. But if you are new to the She Rises Studios community group, hello, my name is Nicole Curtis. I'm the COO of She Rises Studios. Hannah is the founder of She Rises Studio. She is here as well. And I saw Adriana, and I think maybe she got kicked off accidentally. But we are here. It is our last day of the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman virtual book tour holiday special. So, with that, Hannah, hello, beautiful.
Hello, how are you guys, ladies?
So,
Wonderful.
oh, yeah.
So I just share that this is our last virtual tour for 2021 for Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. We have other tour dates coming up virtually and in person, but this will conclude this year's tour for us. And then we're gearing up for the new year. We, of course, have our next book coming out on January 25th called Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur. And I'm very excited about that. We are live today sharing the screen with the authors from both the first book as well as the second book. We wanted to kind of have a combination of authors from both books to kick off today's live. And our topic today is due to something that came up in our last book tour, which was, are you in alignment with yourself? And that was actually created by Sarah Martinez, who's joined here with us today. I really liked the topic when she said it. It just kind of really hit home. So that's what we're going to talk to you about today. But before we get started, I wanted to share that we have our Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Summit that is next weekend, January 7th and 8th. I'm very excited about that. We have an amazing lineup of speakers who are going to share with you their journey, their strategies, and their truth. And we have so many amazing things coming out in 2022. And so a little bit about me. My name is Hannah Levis. I am one of the founders of She Rises Studios, She Rises podcast. I'm also the creator of the movement, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, and the book series. And I'm going to go last today. I'm actually going to start with Leslie today. She's going to share with us her perspective on, are you in alignment with yourself?
Hello, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are joining us tonight live. Wow, so thank you, Hannah. Actually, this is an alignment really for me for what I've been talking about all week. My name is Leslie Cadet, and I am one of the co-authors, as Hannah has mentioned, in the beautiful book, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. I love this book. And I've been talking a lot about being in alignment. What that means for me is really understanding where you've been so that you can get more in tune with where you're at. And then you can have a deeper perspective on where you're going. And so all this week, as I said, I've been talking about doing an audit on your time for the year, and an audit on your relationships, because sometimes our relationships with the people in our lives can shift a little bit. Some might become deeper, closer. Some might fizzle a little bit. And some you might not have at all. And that's okay, because we are growing and we're evolving. And so for me, this whole year has been like a pivotal shift for me in a lot of ways. And it started a lot with this book. And I believe that when you understand exactly where you've been at, because again, doing the time audit, understanding all of the things that you've gone through, allow yourself to ask those questions like, how has it impacted my life achieving these goals, so that you can create celebration memories. And these celebration memories also will help you to like look at where you're at and be able to take you into where you're going. And when you get stuck, because that happens often at times when, especially when we are stretching ourselves, when you get stuck, you have those celebration memories to pull on that can motivate you, that can inspire you. And so for me, yeah, being in alignment really just is learning where you were, getting clear on that, leaning into where you're at right now so that you can be more consciously aware and get clarity on where you want to go. And so I love this topic, Hannah. Thank you so much for, and Sarah for bringing this up, because I think this is really important for us to think about, especially moving forward into the next year and beyond, because it's not just about next year, it's about moving on beyond and for your life and where you want to go. So that is my share for on the topic. So thank you so much. And ladies, you all look lovely tonight. Am I choosing the next person? Okay, so I am
sorry. I forgot
okay.
I forgot to unmute. I wanted to tell you I love your color, your glow. And I see that you put it's 80 degrees in Mexico. I'm jealous because I think like we're in the 50s here in Vegas. But I love what you shared, Leslie. Sarah, let's take it away, girl, because this was your baby.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. And I've been enjoying this week, so I hope that all of you are too. And I hope you're having a really aligned week. So for me, becoming an unstoppable woman has 100% to do with being aligned. And as we talked about on the last one, alignment can be really confusing. It can be challenging, and figuring out how to know that we're in alignment is the big challenge, right? But it looks different for everyone. And that's why it's challenging. There's no way for me to sit here and in 3 minutes tell you how to know that you're aligned. But what I will tell you is that the biggest thing that you can do to know if you're in alignment is to keep asking questions. Take time for yourself in stillness, in quiet, and ask yourself questions. Is this relationship in alignment with where I'm going? Is this business offer that I'm creating in alignment with what I want, the impact that I want to create in the world? Is this next book that I'm going to, contribute to or read or whatever it may be, is it aligned with my soul's purpose? And asking questions is going to allow your intuition to, no matter what, where you're at in your journey, you're going to become unaligned at times. Doesn't matter how hard you've worked at this. Doesn't matter how many questions you ask. Doesn't matter how many times you meditate or do whatever practices or tools you utilize. It is natural to become unaligned at times in your life. At those times, don't beat yourself up. Come back. Find that alignment. It's going to shift. We have seasons in life. So something that was once aligned for us, even a month ago, we may look back and it's no longer in alignment for us. And that's okay. And it's okay, even if that means, like Leslie said, if that means relationships. Sometimes people come into our lives for a short period of time to contribute to our lives in that season the way that they were supposed to. And now we're both going our own directions. So ask a lot of questions. We have been and still are conditioned by everything around us. So it's really hard and it can be really confusing. Again, no matter how in tune you are with yourself. So just ask a lot of questions. That's the biggest thing that I can offer to you today.
I think you're right. I think we're all in question mode because we are going into this new year and we're really having those conversations with ourselves saying, okay, so what do I want for myself? I always say right now. I don't ever say wait for the next year to start. Mine is more what do I want right now? What do I want to change? What do I want to happen? But I love what you said. I definitely identify with yours and Leslie's. I think this is a panel that we should definitely do again. So thank you for sharing. Natalie, I want to hear what you have to say about this topic.
Hello, I'm feeling honoured to be joined by you all today. I am Natalie Pickett. I am in Melbourne, Australia. I am one of the co-authors in the first book as well as in the second book, and in both of my chapters, each of my chapters is called Living the Dream. And living the dream, really, the key to that is getting in alignment. So this topic is really perfect for me. And in my chapter in the first book, I do talk about when I wasn't in alignment and how I made decisions and choices that weren't serving me, and how discovering, and that also meant I was blocking my own intuition and my own power in a way to make those choices. And coming into alignment is what will give you that strength. And I do talk about that in the new book, the entrepreneur version, about how important that is to get into alignment and get clear. And once you're clear, then the path opens up. One of the things about getting into alignment, so Sarah said she wasn't going to try and tell you how to do it, and I'm going to attempt that now, so I'll see how I go. But I think the shortest tip and the shortest path to know whether you're in alignment is to understand more about how you feel rather than what you think. So when we set a goal, with actions, we've got an action plan, we're setting forth and we're going and doing all this activity. And often in that activity and the busyness, we take ourselves off our path to alignment. And it's a very worthy lesson to come back and think about, how do I feel about this? And that's the shortest path to those decisions, in terms of, how do I feel about this decision? How do I feel about being in the book? How do I feel about joining this virtual tour today? How do I feel about being in the summit next week? All of those things. And when you get that feeling that this feels good to me, then you know you're in alignment. And I would say that that is the shortest path to knowing whether you're in alignment. And if you're not feeling good, you've got fears, anger, frustration, then take time out. Stop the busyness and take time out until you feel like you are back in that space and you are aligned with what you are doing. And so that would be my quick tips for that. I also run workshops on how to integrate your values, your core values, into your business. And with the upcoming summit, I will talk a bit about one of the points about getting into alignment as well. So it's a pleasure being able to share all of this with you all today.
Thank you, Natalie. It's so crazy because I think we have this amazing, phenomenal panel of women right now, but also going into the summit. But just within the She Rises community, honestly, if you're looking for a mentor or coach, you're viewing the best of the best wherever you're sitting at right now, because we really truthfully do have the best of the best, all experts in their field, all amazing, phenomenal women. But I could talk about all these ladies for hours upon hours. But I would really like to hear next from our COO, Nicole.
Thank you, Hannah. Hello, ladies. How are you doing this evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this world? If it's Natalie, you're in the future, I believe. So I hope the future is looking bright. So for me, living in alignment is something that I have in the past struggled a lot with. I didn't really understand what alignment meant. There was many times where I would find myself in situations of having this gut feeling, or having this, now I know, intuition of something not being right, or not understanding something, or just something's off. And I really didn't understand what that meant. I just felt maybe it was material things, or if it was, a job or whatever that looked like. But as the time has gone on, especially when I jumped into the entrepreneur world and been online, and started, just stepping out of my comfort zone and doing things that made me uncomfortable, I realized in doing that, I learned so much about myself, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, just me as a woman in my complete being. And so if you right now are having these feelings of uncertainty or this feeling and you just don't really understand it, or you're just not really um you feel like something's telling you something, but you don't really know if that's true or not, it's typically your gut telling you that your alignment is off, that something is wrong, something is not, you're not on the right course, or you're doing something that you believe that you shouldn't be doing, or you're going about it in a way that you shouldn't be going about it, and it's like this battle that's happening in here within your heart and your soul. I just, if this is happening to you, I just ask that you just take a step back, just take a deep breath and grab a piece of paper out with a pen and just start writing out your emotions, how you're feeling about what is going on. Like what Natalie said, oftentimes looking into your feelings of things. And as you're writing that list out, depending on what's coming fruition, what's coming out of you, that's really actually going to be a major sign telling you that what's going on isn't right, or what's going on isn't, needs to shift, needs to change. So that's just a tip, a strategy that I have used oftentimes that has helped me just pause and adjust and just see if where I'm at, is this where I need to be? Is this what I need to be doing? Is this where I need to be putting my energy and my time? Just based off of just doing that simple instruction of just writing out my feelings. And if you are finding that you're joyful, you're happy, you just have this smile that you just can't get rid of, like all of that stuff, that to me, for myself, that just shows that what I'm doing, where I'm going, all the different things that I'm a part of and working on and growing in is in the alignment with me. So that's just a tip that I want to share. I am actually really eager to hear from Michelle. So, hun, if you could come up and speak what you got on your mind, I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure we all would.
Thank you, Nicole. For me, alignment is it has a lot to do with what Natalie was saying. It's like trying to figure out, sure, what is the purpose of your soul or your purpose in this life. But it has to do with your core values. I think it starts with your core values. So because we are all storytellers, I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was 15, I went with my school to a spiritual retreat. It was part of a course we were taking and so on. And while we were there, we were not able to speak for 2 days, one night. We were there for 2 days, one night. I was 15, which is, that age where a lot of things are happening in your brain and you're still trying to figure yourself out and figure out life and figure out how things work and so on. And while we were there, each one of us was called up to speak with this person. And that the question that everybody got was, what is your purpose in life? And that was a very heavy question to answer, especially to answer right then and there. It's not like, go back and write about it or reflect on it. So that felt really, really heavy to me now that I look back, right? And it definitely was something very special or something that touched me deeply, because to this day, I still remember this. So I think it has to do with first understanding what your core values are, and then from there, figuring out what it is that you want from life, and then making sure that everything you work or all the goals that you set towards being able to live that kind of life are in tune with whatever those core values are. And sometimes, in order for us to get there, we have to use the power of unlearning. And the power of unlearning is as simple as comprehending that there are things and ways and traditions and things from society that affect the way we think, we act, or we think we should act. So being able to get rid of those or see past those or break through those or go around those allows us to unlearn. And when we unlearn is when we are truly in alignment with being able to start meeting those goals or living that purposeful, meaningful life. And we become more mindful as to what are those things that we need to let go or, put aside in order to find that balance that we're looking for.
So basically, I wanted to chime backwards for 2 seconds. So Nicole talked about journaling her moods. I'm a huge avid fan of journaling. I have a mood journal. And I think when Nicole was talking, she talked about what we call women's intuition. I believe it's real. And then Michelle is basically saying, you do have to unlearn habits or things to be able to learn things, newer things that will help you get to grow into that next level in life. I feel like we never stop growing. We never stop learning. But when you say unlearn, that's really a truth that many of us could do. And sometimes we have to unlearn things a lot in life. And I think that was an amazing share from both of you ladies. So thank you. Allison, let's hear what you have to say.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Yes, everything was wonderful. And what came to mind for me actually when I was listening was a time in the 90s when I was selling software. And I thought, I had a great career, but I was in someone else's flow. And it was only because there was a demand in the industry for women and I was good at what I did that I got jobs one after the other. But then when the industry imploded in the beginning of the 2000s, then I opened a gym and everyone looked at me and went, "What are you doing?" But I was certified as a nutritionist and I got my personal training degree before anybody knew it because that's where I wanted to go. But then I got back out of that into retail and managing a mall. And we get caught up in somebody else's flow instead of what is ours, right? And when you talk intuition, that is huge when it comes to alignment because I was in the middle of university degree and I was going to take another business course. And I called another friend of mine who's a coach. So if you know a coach, if you're ever going to make a decision, call one and ask them if it's a good thing. Because she said, well, wait a minute, you're already educated up the wazoo. Like you have to pull the trigger at some point and do something. Stop getting re-educated on stuff you probably already know. So I worked with her in 2020 to really find out what my alignment was. Because you're right, when you're not celebrating your stuff, when you're looking for something else or another shiny object, there was a lot of things I had to unlearn. So thanks for the reminder, Michelle. Like there were so many things that I had to go back to say, it doesn't serve me. It's not aligned with where I want to go. I was now a health coach, a life coach, a business coach. I have a degree in community economics and social development. Like, when am I going to stop educating myself and start sharing what I know? And in 2020 and 2021, I really got to align with who I was and how I was going to help women do the same, right? Because I'm 57 years old and I don't need to educate myself anymore unless I need, of course, help with, tech stuff. So thank God for Adriana. But it comes down to, you have to sit down and figure it out because you have so many gifts and things you can already share from where you're at that we forget that, oh, I need to know something else. Or do I really know that? Maybe they'll tell me or teach me something different when it's something you probably can already share with everybody. So when you sit down and figure out what's in your soul, what your soul expression is in the world, you're right. That intuition will tell you if your gut's going to be happy with it or if you want to throw up. And if it comes to the point where you're not feeling well, it's probably not something you should pursue. So definitely look within, hold on to what is absolutely amazing for you, and look through your history. Like they said, write a journal, write the stuff down, your emotions, what you've done, what you've accomplished. Because when I was talking to a friend the other day, and she said, oh, well, we should probably, do Reiki. Do you want to do Reiki? I said, oh, I'm already certified. She said, well, I never knew that. Like it was like, oh, it was something I did along the way because I love to be educated, but I have not applied everything I know. So it's applying it in my practice, what it is I want to do to help women and show them how to find their soul expression and then how to put it into all areas of their life. So that would be alignment for me. It's a big learning curve. And I love being here with all you ladies and having, you remind me sometimes of where I need to stay and stay in my lane. And that's my alignment. Thank you.
Like mic drop. Woo. Right? Everybody drop the mic. It's so amazing because I've been working with Allison for over a year now. And I can't say this enough, like just the incredible, you're just incredible. I don't know. I aligned with you randomly from across the world, and hearing, when you spoke at our first Women's Empowerment Summit, I just wanted to snuggle with you. And I mean that as a compliment because what you shared was so amazing and so relaxing that I didn't even want to finish the summit. I just wanted to go hang out with Allison. So I love when you speak. It just gives me the warm and fuzzies. It's just amazing. Thank you so much, Allison. All right, Eileen.
Well, thank you.
We're ready.
Good morning. It's past 8 a.m. where I am. So good morning to all of you from Manila, Philippines. My name is Aileen Sikat. And in the first book, my chapter is called From Fragile to Fierce. In the second book, it's Turning Passion into Purpose. And two major points for me this morning. One is just because you can does not mean you should. Just because we're good at something or we discover, hey, I have natural aptitude doing this, is not necessarily a calling to turn that into our living or to start turning that into a money-making enterprise. We need to know what we can do as hobbies or, to do to help others and what we really want to do to pursue our soul's purpose. I myself have had a hard time weeding out the just because I can, I shouldn't. Why not? For the longest time, my answer was, why not? If I can. Then I realized being a jack of all trades, but a master of none is not helping me at all. I need to focus on what I really want, not just do everything I think I'm moderately good at or can be good at. Second point is alignment is impossible without evolution. For me, getting aligned is not as hard as much as staying aligned. And to stay aligned and to welcome evolution in the genuine sense, we really need to stop clinging. And I'm a clinger. I'm a self-confessed clinger. I have a hard time with goodbyes. Goodbyes to everything, even tossing away an old toy that had good memories. It's very hard for me. I'm a clinger. But how can I evolve? How can I get aligned to the present me if I don't make space by letting go of what was formerly aligned to me? So it's very hard. And I'm sure for some of us watching, it's also hard, like it is for me. But that's what is called for. We need to make space, we need to evolve, and we can only do that when we really are ready to stop clinging to our old notions of what we should be, what is right for us, because our goals 5 years ago may no longer coincide with who we are now, especially after the pandemic and all these changes in the world. We also changed, we evolved. And though it's hard, I'm not a Pokemon who evolves just with a few candies and a press. I wish I were. It's what we should strive for consistently. So for me, alignment is can happen, but staying aligned and evolving to what will be aligned to me next month may be more challenging because it took a lot just to be aligned with the present, letting go of the past. The next month, next year, I have to let go again and make space. It's that constant clearing away that's challenging for me. But I managed to do it, and I'm sure that anyone who's having parallel challenges to mine can do it too. So for me, my path has always been to empower others and help them be the better versions of themselves. For a while, it was as a defender of justice, as a full-time lawyer, then as a person in the academe, teaching young people. And now it's evolving again as a tarot coach, as a spiritual life coach and healer. But still same purpose, helping people be the best version of themselves, empowering them. Whether I use my right brain, my left brain combination, whether I go to court, whether I talk to them over Zoom, pulling out cards and runes, it's in the end, it's all the same. So if everything the other lady said is true, you know your soul's purpose. But how you go about that purpose can evolve. Then we just Marie Kondo what no longer brings us genuine joy, and like Pokemons, we, evolve ourselves into the more majestic versions of us. So please, let's Marie Kondo and go for genuine joy and keep evolving even when it hurts. If I can do it, anyone watching, I'm sure can. Miss Nicole, would love to hear from you now.
Hello, ladies. How are you? Um, okay, so alignment. Alignment, in my chapter in the book, I spoke about alignment a lot. And not even in the sense of the word. I spoke on it because I came from a rough patch. I came from a rough place. And I didn't know where I wanted to go, didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a late bloomer when it came to certain things like that. I had a best friend who knew exactly what she wanted to do. She wanted to be a nurse. So she focused all her energy on being a nurse. She took the studies that she needed to do. She did everything because that was the way she wanted her life to be aligned. But me, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm a creative. So I kind of go with the wind. I go how I feel. And, if that's something that's good for me at the moment. It didn't, it took me a long, long, long time to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And I kind of settled on helping people. And that's not just in a certain sense. I kind of fell on one subject, but with me learning so many aspects of the subject that I was learning, and it's so many different chapters and so many different dimensions and so many different phases, I realized, it's not just the business that I chose. It was the responsibility of helping people. So I acquired a business, and I learned so much about the business. I learned about surrounding businesses. I learned about um, different fields on how to grow my business. I learned about, monetizing so many different things with books, um, being a speaker, being a coach, and so many other different projects I worked on. I went from doing drop shipping to real estate investing to stock exchange investing to financial literacy. It was just so many different things, and I had to sit down and say, hey, you're doing too much. You got your hand in too many different pots. Focus on one thing. And the only constant in all of those things was that I wanted to help people. So my alignment kind of came in at the age of 31. You would think that, some people want to be already set, already in a home, already wealthy, already this and already that. And a lot of people get hung up on that, and they get disappointed when they don't reach that certain goal. But a lot of the times you have to fumble through different businesses. You have to fumble through different careers, and you can be as aligned as an arrow. You can be right there saying, this is what I know I want to do. This is what I know I want to do, until you get in the thick of it and realize, I really want to do this. This is not my passion. This is not what I want to do. I do not want to wake up every morning and do this. So sometimes, you can be aligned to something at one point in your life, but once you do evolve, like Eileen said, you can be aligned to something totally different, and that's okay. It's I'm saying that it's okay because there's so many people that get so discouraged when they've wasted years, not even wasted years, they've spent years learning something. But that's the beauty in it all. The beauty is in learning and fumbling and messing up and make you can fall back on. You have so many different things you can lend that helping hand to with other people. It's so many things that I don't want to do it. It's not something that I'm good at doing, or not even necessarily not good at doing. It's something that is not my passion. But being that I took the time to learn it, teach connect people. Oh well, if you ladies can hear me still, then but yes, I was aligned to help people, and that is in any shape, form, or fashion that I can. That is with, if it's with financial stuff, if it's with just being a coach or a mentor, or if it's some kind of job that I already had, which, and I've had millions, and I can tell somebody how to do it, how to get started on doing it. That's what I'm aligned to do. Just helping people, helping women, helping men, helping kids. I have a very passion for helping, younger people to see that, it's not a mistake when you go the wrong way. That was just a wrong turn. You can always detour. You can always do different things, and in the end of it, you're gonna have so many different things under your belt, so many different gifts that you can, help somebody else with. It's always about reaching back and helping another person. So that is the alignment for me. That is what makes me the unstoppable woman that I am. I believe in helping everyone. I believe in, you know, finding your purpose and living in it. And you should be able to get up every day and love that you're doing what you are supposed to be doing. That's what it's all about. You're supposed to love it. And I love being able to get up and saying I can help somebody, or somebody that I don't know reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you help me?" And I can. It's an amazing feeling. So that is my take on the topic of alignment. And all of these ladies on the stage are phenomenal women in all their aspects, spearheading this. And happy holidays to all of you beautiful ladies.
Thank you so much, Nicole, for sharing. And thank you, ladies, every one of you, for being a part of today and just being a part of the movement and the book. We've all been working together since July of this year, and it's been an incredible journey. We've definitely had an amazing journey, but we've also experienced what I like to call bumps in the road. But that's what this is about, is a tribe. I think for me, and I'm going to make mine quick, being in alignment for me and how I try to live is I really, really journal almost everything, from my thought for the day, my mood for the day, my mood for that minute. I'm also one of those who processes things slow. In other words, I'm an analyzer. And before I jump into anything, I analyze everything, anything and everything. And I have to see if it feels good to my spirit. I have to be able to trust what I'm aligning with. And if I don't feel that trust, then I don't align myself with that subject or that person or that project. And I do believe that we all have that intuition and that knowledge. I think every single human on this earth was born with that instinct. It's whether or not we choose to develop it and utilize it. And it takes practice. It's a never-ending muscle to develop. All you can do is strengthen it every single day. And like each one of them have shared with you, we've tried different things, whether it's businesses, it could be spouses. And I'm saying that as a joke, but it's true. Sometimes we get married to someone and we find out we're just not aligned with them. And, hopefully we made it an amicable goodbye and friendly. But, it's being in alignment is a growth that happens every single day. And I personally try as much as possible to tune into my faith and to trust the journey, even though it's hard sometimes. It's the hardest thing you can do. Part of being in alignment is you have to let go. You have to understand that you cannot control everything or every outcome, no matter how bad you want to. You just have to let it go. And that's part of being in alignment, is releasing, letting go, trusting. And when you do get that feeling, when you see that red flag, listen to your intuition, because 99.999% of the time it's right, it's true, it's right here, it's in our heart, it's in our mind, it's in our soul. And that's what, to me, being in alignment is. That's how it works. And being in alignment with your she tribe, like what we have, it's an amazing feeling to know that I could pick up the phone and call Nicole Riley today, and I could share with her my struggle, and I know she would just know what to say to me. And I know that with Leslie, I know that with Natalie, I know that with each person that you're seeing today on the screen. We're all in alignment with one another, and we may disagree because we're a bunch of women and that's what we do. But at the end of the day, we all have a love and adoration and a respect and an alignment for one another. And one thing that stands out that I've heard every single one of you share today is that you want to help others as well. And that is an amazing gift that you ladies gave to the world by participating in the book, by writing the perfect chapter that you wrote, because each one of you wrote a perfect chapter. Every single one of you ladies knocked it out of the ballpark. And it's truth be told, next to my Bible, this is my next Bible. And when we go into 2022, we get to continue to share becoming an unstoppable woman everywhere we go, everywhere. And that is alignment to me. So thank you so much for being here with us today. I can't wait to see your faces again and do more of these, because we have a lot more coming. You ladies are incredible. I wish everyone out there who's listening and watching a very happy new year, and a year of alignment, a year of celebration, a year of living, truly living, and not limiting yourself. That's my hope and my wish for everyone who's watching, for all of us. That's what I want to share with you today. So I'm going to let Nicole close this up and share with us anything else that she wants to bring up. And thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Hannah. Yeah. So with that, all of you beautiful ladies did such an incredible job speaking from your heart, sharing your truth, and not just teaching, but serving and being passionate about what each and every one of you ladies do, what you stand for. So thank you so much. To all of you that are listening, thank you for being here. Before we go, I just want to just remind you that the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman virtual summit is happening January 7 and 8. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be 2 days full of not just fun and celebration and learning, but also an opportunity of so many amazing raffle opportunities of these beautiful women that are speaking from the Becoming Unstoppable Woman, as well as the She Rises Studios team, to help propel you to go into 2022, not just with more clarity and confidence, consistency, but to help you in entrepreneurship and finances, money management, motivation, clarity. There's just so many things that the women on the stage are going to be sharing and speaking about. And if you are new to the She Rises Studios company, we are here to not just educate and celebrate you. We are here to empower you, uplift you, as well as to embrace you and welcome you into a She Tribe community of women that are here to lock arms, to do life together, to do business together. And if there's anything that you need assistance with or help in, or just need to have a conversation, please feel free to reach out to the She Rises Studios team, as well as these beautiful, amazing women on this platform, because together we are better. Collaboration over competition, and we are just extraordinary women, ordinary women doing extraordinary things. So with that, there's so much more to come. Book 2 of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur launches and releases January 25 of 2022. So I just have to say, if you are a woman that is looking at entrepreneurship, has been an entrepreneur for a little while, or you're a vet in entrepreneurship, this book coming out is for you. It's a handbook to help celebrate, empower you, inspire you, but also teach so many things in there that can help you in your journey. So with that, we hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, evening, wherever you are in the world. And thanks so much for tuning in. And don't worry, you're going to see a whole lot more of us in 2022. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening and a happy new year. Bye.
See you later.